Got a guy, National Weather Service, doing a particular job at the National Weather, that's a full-time job, regular job at the National Weather Service. He's getting closer to retirement. So he decides that he's going to assist in writing a job description for a new consulting position that the weather service is going to need. And then he's going to help them determine the salary for that position, that consultancy. And then he goes ahead and retires. Now, you're probably saying, well, it's all fine and dandy, fine and good for now. But then he comes back and says, you know what? I'm going to take that consultant job because it's going to pay me $43,000 more than my old salary. And you're going to give me a $50,000 housing allowance. Well, who the hell is going to say no to that? Who is going to say no to that? You know, $43,000 raise, plus he's getting, a couple of years at least, depending on what kind of house he buys. 2 to 5 years, or maybe I don't know where the National Weather headquarters. Where's Silver Spring? In any case, that's a couple of years house payments, buying a house, or even if he's renting. Because paying $2,000 a month. That's about $24,000 a year. So 2 years, you get $50,000. A 2-year housing allowance. Housing paid for 2 years. How's that? Now, the office employed personnel classified as criminal investigators. The office employed personnel classified as criminal investigators, even though their primary duties have not been criminal investigators, said a report by Homeland Security Inspector General. These employees receive premium pay and other costly benefits, although other employees were able to perform the same work at lower cost. And this was at where? Yes, the TSA. All of our government agencies seem to be pulling tricks like this in one fashion or another. You'll recall that the TSA was found to have given a huge swath of its employees a raise worth a total of more than $17.5 million per year just by changing all of their titles. Now, the Inspector General said that the extra salaries could cost taxpayers $17.5 million over 5 years in salary alone for all 124 of the TSA's criminal investigators. The Inspector General did not calculate the additional cost of the benefits for those employees. In other words, the office employed personnel classified as criminal investigators, even though their primary duties may not have been criminal investigators. These shenanigans keep going on and on and on and on, as they say down in New York. Shenanigans are going on, man. They're going on and on. They say down here in Boston, they got shenanigans going on down here. We got to stop all that shenanigans. And they're probably driving Cadillacs and Subarus and parking them in the Boston Garden. Okay, you got to stop all these shenanigans. Of course, you got Obama up there saying, "Hey, I've been playing golf. I don't know who's been doing what, so it's just the way it is, right? I don't know. I don't know anything because I'm playing golf." Speaking of that, Obama's been playing golf, all right. He's been playing a lot of golf. President goes around playing golf. Might as well call him the chief golf officer. Yeah, I made that up. Golf officer, get it? Chief, commander-in-chief, golfer-in-chief, that type of thing. Y'all don't have a sense of humor. I don't hear laughter out there. Need to hear some laughter. But in any case, president here. This is a CNSnews.com story. This is the taxpayers tab for Obama golf vacation in daughter's New York City trip. I think that's the trip where Malia got the pictures taken of her that the president is out there saying needs to be investigated. Information obtained by the government watchdog group Judicial Watch shows that the Obama spent, are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? No, y'all, you're not ready for this. You better be sitting down. I'm gonna give you 5 seconds to find a seat. 5, 2, 1. If you're not sitting down by now, it's not my fault. See, because you're probably going to fall over and hit your head on something if you're standing up. So it's not my fault. Information obtained by the government watchdog group Judicial Watch shows that the Obamas spent $3,100,000 in taxpayer money for travel expenses on two trips and a one-day visit to New York City in 2015. Judicial Watch filed a Freedom of Information Act, a FOIA, or FOIA, request with the U.S. Department of the Air Force to obtain the travel cost of those trips. On June 20, Obama took Air Force One to Palm Springs, California, which required 10.6 hours of flying time at a cost of $337 per hour. $206,337 per hour. The flight and return cost over $2 million. During that outing, Obama played golf with Oracle billionaire Larry Ellison on Ellison's 249-acre Porcupine Creek estate. Obama also reportedly did some fundraising and gave a speech to the U.S. Conference of Mayors while in Florida on this $2 million plane trip. How would you like to have a plane ticket that cost you $2 million? I don't know. Now, on July 18th, Judicial Watch says Obama went to New York City with his two daughters and several of their friends. That flight on Air Force One was 1.5 hours long and cost over same amount, $206,337 per hour. So the cost was, nearly $310,000 to taxpayers. In New York City, Obama and his girls attended the Broadway musical Hamilton. 3 days later, Obama flew back to the Big Apple to appear on Jon Stewart's The Daily Show and speak at a Democratic fundraiser. That was Obama's 7th appearance on The Daily Show, reported Judicial Watch. That trip, and on August 7th, the Obama family flew on Air Force One to Martha's Vineyard for a summer vacation. Flight time was 3 hours. Same cost per hour. Cost $619,000 to fly to Martha's Vineyard. At the Vineyard, Obama played golf with Bill Clinton and World Bank President Jim Yong Kim. Yes, World Bank President Jim Yong Kim, as well as Democratic advisor Vernon Jordan. The Obamas stayed at the same house they rented in the past, the Blue Heron Farm, which rents for $50,000. As for the security cost for all three trips, the Secret Service has not provided the numbers yet, but Judicial Watch, to date, the total known expenses for travel of the Obamas and Bidens are currently over $70.5 million. $70.5 million. Yes, I know. Say that again. $70.5 million. Go ahead, cue the evil laugh. Get an evil laugh. I should get a laugh track. Look, we're paying for this, folks. Out of our pockets. It's called taxpayer money. Well, if you're not I guess if you're not a taxpayer, you're not paying, but you are paying. You're still paying. You're paying through the nose, paying out the you-know-what, paying up the you-know-what, the wazoo. And then you got to worry about paying for your own vacations and your own trips. You want to talk about the ultimate first class? That's Air Force One. Basically $206,000 an hour. Think about that. So if you just want to round it down, $200,000 an hour to fly, operate Force One. So if you go on a 5-hour trip to California, that's $1 million one-way ticket. Right? 5 hours, 200,000, that's $1 million. That's a $2 million round trip. Now, I don't know about you. I've been to California, and it ain't worth $2 million. The plane ticket ain't worth $2 million. Sorry, not. Just saying. Now, granted, I didn't sit in first class, but even a first class ticket on United Airlines isn't going to cost me $2 million for a round trip. Not even going to cost you. And I don't think anybody else around the country, private jets. I don't think Donald Trump spends $2 million to fly out to California in his private jets. I mean, this is insanity that we're spending this kind of money often on this guy. That he's having more fun playing president than actually being president. Now, I'm the president. I can do what I want. You know that. I know that. Everybody knows that. Now, I'm just going to go over here, play some more golf. Maybe later we'll have a little bit of a basketball. We'll have a pickup game. I'll win. I know. I always win. Folks, we're being ripped off, and they're using the legality of being a president as the way to rip us off. Wheelchair, this is also from hotair.com. Wheelchair-bound Maine man. Not Maine man, but man who lives in Maine, the state of Maine. Wheelchair-bound state of Maine man who shot home invader. That's right. He shot a home invader. In other words, somebody broke into this guy's house, and this guy's in a wheelchair. He's disabled. He probably has a disabled sticker on his car or van or truck or something. But this disabled guy, well, it was a physical disablement. He couldn't use his legs, but he could still use his brain and his arms, right, and his torso. So he has a gun to protect himself. He's got a shotgun. He may have more than that. But he's got a gun to protect himself. And he wheels himself around in his wheelchair. But wheelchair-bound state of Maine man who shot his home invader. Wait, folks, till you see what happened to this guy protecting his own home.